And do it.
All right. Yo, 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 what up? You know what it is. It's RJ Fantasy Football Talk, and we are back for another mock draft. Same people, we just added, Tron. Everybody know Tron, City Smoke, if you want to call him that. Champ. Hey, but we all back, man. We about to do another mock draft. I hope y'all enjoyed the last one. This one gonna be even better. But you know what we got. We got Jay,
What's up?
we got Tron, we got Shaq, and we got Puka. We call him Puka up here, though, because
Puka.
he's a Puka guy. So we're going to call him Puka for the remainder of the year. So, but you know what it is, man. What's going on, fellas?
Just getting started, man. No need for conversation. Third man is focused. Let's go.
Yeah, we got a producer behind the
The
screen.
producer's here. What's up, producer?
Don't snipe her players, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, she going to get upset. Don't take her
Patrick Mahomes
players.
is my first pick. I'm letting you know now.
Well,
Don't take her players.
She make a point of being number one. So I don't know if you can. Who knows? She gonna get one of the players. My guess is Mahomes, but she might switch it up on us.
Hey, look, I'm also need y'all to like and subscribe to this, please. Kyle Sizemore. Ooh, they using your real name, Tree. Come on now. That is your real name, bro. This is crazy.
Let me see. We got this. So what's everybody up to? We got. I was looking at the schedule, and we only have one more show before the Hall of Fame game. So we are about to have real football. Well, it's preseason, so maybe not real, but close to real football going on.
It's anytime somebody hits the field, it's always real, man. I got a pen and a pad to, I got to grade my rookies, man. I got to grade, see what's going on.
So things about to get live. Anybody got any interesting NFL stuff that's been going on in the meantime? Or the
training camp about to start. It's about to get live.
Ronnie, let me ask you, man. I'm trying to follow your team. Which wide receiver do you want to trade and why?
It ain't who I want to trade. Who I think need to be traded.
No. If Rodney Riddick was the GM, who are you trading?
I'm trading Debo because I think Brandon Ayuk is a better player. But if I'm Brandon Ayuk, I ain't stepping on the field unless I get paid, and I would want to go play with my homeboy Jaden Daniels in Washington. Speaking of Tron, he's a Washington fan, so I would want to go play with my homeboy because I wouldn't touch the field unless they give me $30 million. But I'm trading Debo. That's who I'm trading first and foremost. So that's just me.
Who would you think you get more value for?
Brandon Ayuk.
Okay.
So
Debo's he's had 2 bad seasons since he signed a big deal.
Agreed.
But here's the thing though. The offense barely runs without Debo.
But again, okay, you can say that, but Debo has had 800 yards and 700 yards, respectively, for the last 2 years apiece. So you can't say it runs through him because he hasn't. And you can say he missed a few games, obviously, but if you're getting 800 yards and 700 yards, that offense don't run through you. That offense runs through Christian.
Is that total yards or is that just his receiving yards?
He's a receiver. Let's say receiving. He's had 100
yards. That's not his. He's more than just a receiver.
Okay, he had 200 yards rushing last year. What are we talking about?
That's 1,000 yards. So that's 1,000 yards of offense. That's fine.
No, not even, bro. Not when you're supposed to be the number one and you're making $24 million a year. You're supposed to be getting 1,300 to 1,400 yards as a number one receiver. That's what you're supposed to get, not 800 yards, because that's what he got last year. And he had
I agree.
56 receptions. That's not number one receiver money. I'm just saying, bro.
They didn't pay him just
he's
to
a
be
running
receiver.
back.
They paid him for all of the other stuff that he does.
But again, okay, so 200 yards rushing, what is that?
My point is this. Debo changes the way defenses has to play the game against San Francisco. When Debo's not on the field, they struggle to score. They struggle to move the ball.
Okay, so Super Bowl, he had 12 targets in the Super Bowl and caught 2 passes in the Super Bowl as the number one receiver. That's what he gets paid for, right?
I mean, the Chiefs' defense is probably
No. Answer the question. He had 13 targets. He had 2 receptions. He gets paid $24 million a year as the number 1 receiver, quote unquote.
So whose fault is it that he didn't catch more balls?
He can't get separation.
He can't get separation. He don't run routes.
He don't run routes.
He gets
what are we talking about?
Whatsoever.
If you go back and watch all of Deebo's great plays, it's behind the line of scrimmage when he's getting the ball 2 yards behind the line and he got blockers in front of him and he takes it 7 yards. If you're telling me to go a straight go route, he ain't getting separation. Cross the middle, he ain't getting separation. We should have won the Super Bowl technically because Ayuk was wide open on that 5-and-slash play. Wide open. But that wasn't his play though. It was for McCaffrey. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Deebo needs. If you had to ask me, Deebo would go first. That's me personally. Everybody else got a different opinion.
I'm not a Niner fan. But
I'm just saying, I think Deebo should go first. Because Deebo, if you put him in any other offense, is he good? Is he good on Philly? Is he good in any other team if they don't run that offense? Because he's not a number 1 receiver. Brandon Ayuk is.
What do you think his trade value is?
The 49ers going to overvalue it as a 2 or 1, but I think more of a 3rd or 4th round. And that's being like truly honest. He might be a 5th round for real.
I think y'all can squeeze a 2nd out of somebody.
I don't think so.
I think y'all squeeze realistically a 3rd, but I think somebody will give y'all a 2nd.
If you look at his injuries and how often he gets injured in the games that he don't show up in, then I don't know if you're getting a 3rd. You may get a 4th for it, but I don't know if you're getting a 3rd. Now, you can get a 2nd. You can get a high 2nd, maybe a low 1st for you if you really wanted that. But they don't want that. They want 2 firsts and a player. That's why he ain't got traded yet, because they want too much.
I don't think they want too much. I think he's worth that.
No. I think he's worth that, but the 49ers, the teams are not giving up 2 firsts and a player. The 49ers want 2 firsts and a player. They're not going.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think he's worth 2 firsts and a player.
I
like Ayuk's production. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just don't appreciate the Deebo slander. That's all.
How? What has Deebo done? Like, tell me what Deebo done the last 2 years. I'll wait, bro.
It's not just about that.
What has he done?
He's more than that to the team. It's clear. That is a clear thing that is true.
Let me ask you a question. When you think about the 49ers, in your mind, who's the number 1 receiver?
It's Ayuk.
No. In your mind, from a pay scale, from a money pay scale. No, you gotta go.
If we're talking about who got paid, if we're really being honest here, it's probably McCaffrey, right? Like,
no. McCaffrey's a running back. Listen to what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I get what you're trying to say.
From a wide receiver room, from a pay scale, who is getting paid like a number 1 receiver?
Deebo.
Thank you. All I'm saying is he's not giving you $24 million worth of production. That's all I'm saying. If you work at a job and you make $30 an hour, but you only give it $12 production, they're gonna fire you.
When did he get paid?
He got paid 2 years ago.
Years ago.
And that same year he had 700 yards, and the year after that, which was last year, he had 800 yards. What are we talking?
And the year before he got paid?
He only had 1 good season, bro. 1. And that was the year he got paid. Because the year before that, he got 800 yards. And he was a rookie. I know, bro. Come on, man. And he got hurt that year, too.
He does get hurt a lot. That's his only case.
That's all I'm saying. Ayuk has never missed a game. Not one.
I mean, but that's also because he's a true receiver.
That's all I'm asking you. Who's the number 1 receiver? If you want to take money, it's Deebo. If you're taking pure talent, it's Ayuk. That's why I'm getting rid of Deebo over Ayuk. That's just me.
But at the end of the day, none of them can hold a candle to Hall of Famer Mike Evans. So.
Hey man, I won't go say it.
I'm just saying.
I saw a post. They had a stat up there on 6 players who have gotten 1,000 yards over the last 4 seasons, and of course,
Hall of
Mike
Fame
Evans
Mike was
is
up
up
there.
there because it's like,
Yeah.
all he does is
Yeah.
1,000-yard seasons. And my man Devontae Adams was on the list, and he's played with no quarterback last year.
No quarterback.
Still managed to get 1,000. So, y'all, we can talk 49er wide receivers if y'all want to, but y'all can't reliably get the kind of production
I'm
we
not-
get
look,
out of Mike Evans.
I'm not
and Devontae
arguing none of
Adams.
that. I'm just telling the pure truth is at the end of the day.
But I say this, y'all better, and I've said it before, you better win a Super Bowl with the production you got, because next year y'all gonna pay a lot for a quarterback.
This
that
is it.
team
Yeah,
getting
this is
broken
it.
apart.
This is it.
I mean,
y'all better do it this year.
What I'm saying is for those guys to be going around like they won something. They ain't won nothing, bro. We ain't won a Super Bowl since 1994.
Won a few NFC championships.
I got a question for you though.
Yeah. And by the way, before you get to that, welcome everybody that's been with us. So welcome, Carla. I see you out there getting her pen and pencil because she wants to get her stats for the women's fantasy football draft, so she can know who to. So we're gonna help you out with who to draft this year. But go ahead, ask your question.
Is there a world where they get rid of both of them before the end of the year?
A horrible world.
No, I think they want to keep one of them. I think, and the thing is, in all honesty, I think it's going to be Debo because Debo got a better relationship with Kyle Shanahan. And that's what it comes down to. Kyle Shanahan and Debo are best friends, basically. They're friends off of the field. So he looks to Debo more than anything because Debo go to his office, talk to him, all type. Brandon Ayuk is not in that circle with him. So Brandon Ayuk may not be there at that point, to be honest with you. I think they don't want to pay Brandon Ayuk. If you're being totally honest, if I'm being totally honest,
if they wanted to pay him, they would have paid him.
They would have paid him already. They don't want to pay him. To me, they want to pay him bottom dollar, and they want to make. To me, I think he's gonna sit out about 8 games this year. He's gonna meet the criteria for a full season, but I think he's gonna miss the first 6 to 8 games. He's gonna play enough to
get traded before that happens. I think.
You
got to remember too. They did draft 2 receivers in this draft, one of which is a pretty good one.
Who? Person? Who stayed 6 years in college? Who we talking about?
You got, what is it, Cowan and Pearsall?
Pearsall can't be that good if you stayed 6 years in college, bro.
You got to remember, COVID's a thing, man.
1 year. Stop. 1 year.
COVID's a thing, man.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you're that good, all right, if you're that good in college, first year, second year, third year, you're coming out regardless. It don't matter if you COVID or not. You're not staying in school for 5 to 6 years in college football, bro. If you're that good, it's not happening.
So you're saying you're not a believer in Bo Nix for this year?
No, Bo Nix has been in college for 18 years, bro. What are we talking about? Come on, man. No. Bo Nix has been in college forever. What is he going? Bo Nix is 25 or 26 years old, bro. Like, seriously, what are we talking about?
Are you saying that before or after watching him play?
I watched Bo Nix. He went to 3 different schools. Pearsall was terrible at Arizona State. He was terrible.
How old do you think Pearsall is?
Pearsall has never. Okay, let me ask you this: in college, right? Isn't it great to get 1,000-yard season in college? Pearsall has never had a 1,000-yard season in college. Never. Ever. You can look it up. I'll wait.
Well, while he's looking it up, how about we get ready to get drafting?
I want you to draft him too, since you want him. You want him so bad.
That would be bold for this draft.
Wow.
So just so everybody knows, if you were with us a couple of weeks ago, we did a 2 quarterback draft. This week we're gonna do a 1 quarterback. So if you weren't in the league that benefited from the last show's mock draft, this one should help you out. Especially again, Carla, this will be good for the women's fantasy football league. We wanted to do most of the guys that are in with us this time play in our 2 quarterback leagues or our Dynasty Superflex league. So we also had to switch it up so nobody feels like they're giving away their strategies. So we gonna jump to it if y'all are ready. Everybody, I think we got our producer once again has chosen the number 1 spot.
She always do that.
So
I wonder who she's picking.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I did it this last draft. I didn't do it last year.
Yeah.
How you gonna tell me what I always do? Who is you? Yeah, I'm starting tonight. Let's go.
Okay, I don't want no problems with you. I promise.
But by the way, Puka, you went sideways.
Yeah, you went sideways, Puka.
There you go.
Look it up. He got 965 yards last year.
It's not 1,000 yards, bro.
I mean, are we rounding up? Because
I mean, you got $962. That ain't $1,000, is it?
If you owe me 1,000, you're not giving me 962.
You're not giving me 962.
Yeah.
I mean, I could give you 962 today, and maybe I can
I
get
got
you tomorrow.
I got you on 38 next week when payday comes.
Give me 962 today.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, and I need my money. Yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
All right, let's get it going. We are starting the clock now. So get your pens and your paper. Oh, I think we're getting started now. If I can hit the right button. Starting now. So we're on the clock. Let's see where our producer's going to get us going. And I got to think about what my first pick is going to be.
It's going to come fast.
It's going to come super
Devontae.
fast. The Devontae Adams, hey,
Yeah.
what I already said, 1,000 yards guaranteed.
That sounds familiar. I wonder who else does that.
Who's done it 10 years in a row?
Mm-hmm.
I know that guy. He ain't going to be my first pick either.
Oh, well.
Producer is over there studying for a
producer's making
while.
Ooh, I would have thought she would have
The
recorded.
first pick I ever seen.
Are you ready over there?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm doing this on purpose.
Okay.
You leaving us in suspense for
Hey, Miss Producer, I'm on your
we don't know what the
side,
right pick is.
It's not about the right pick. I don't do this to prepare. I do this to entertain y'all.
How about entertain us with that first pick?
Okay.
I'm on your team, Miss Producer.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Oh, Christian McCaffrey
wait
went
a
with the
minute.
consensus pick.
Yep.
Are you all right? You okay?
Wow.
I was actually hoping she wasn't going to do that, so it would still be available. But I see Tree would have done it anyway.
I'm about to do something I always wanted to do.
So let's see. So now it's on me, and I guess I'm gonna go. I wanted to do something else, but y'all took my first two choices. So I think the last time I missed out on wide receivers. So this time I'm gonna build a different team, and I'm gonna start with the man Tyreek Hill.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
That is a good pick. If you weren't picking, I was gonna try something different. But let's go ahead. Let's get the party going. You know how I feel about how the hell?
Hall of Famer Mike Evans.
Mike Evans?
Yeah, we're not gonna do that right now.
Not this early.
Yeah, we're not
Mike
gonna do that
Evans? You ain't going Mike
According
Evans?
to you, he should have been drafted already.
right. Not right now. No.
B.
not
John,
right
that's the other guy I was thinking about doing. Quite
Not right
frankly.
He's on Brees Hall.
All right, so we
on me.
First-
Let's see.
starting off pretty much where you would expect.
We'll
You
come
going
down.
to scare Terry? You going to scare Terry?
Nah.
Huh? Scare Terry? Ooh.
Oh,
now.
shit.
Yeah.
What you doing, Tron?
That shit went a little too fast right there.
It really did, though.
Well, ready for it.
Child said, slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Oh, okay.
Gibbs.
Okay.
Well, okay, Gibbs. Wait a minute.
You know I got to do it, guys.
But you know,
Puka.
Tron
You know
is
you
good
going
for
Puka.
running back.
Go ahead and do Puka, man.
You know
I know
what
you going
I'm doing?
Puka, man. But we know you going.
Hey, but if you go back ADP, that's about where Puka is. So he's lined up, true to his name.
At the 110.
Yeah, at the
That
110.
ain't, I mean, ooh. Oh, Lord, this thing going fast. Jeez.
First 2 rounds go quick because ain't nobody got to think about it.
Man.
I reached a little bit because I knew, but I wanted him. So
Yeah.
I'm not getting psyched today. That's all I'm saying.
So one thing for the audience you might see different than our 2 quarterback draft, obviously, is 0 quarterbacks off the board so far, which lines up. If you're in a 2 quarterback, you got to grab them quick. For 1
Got
quarterback, you can lay back in the cut a little bit. We'll see who's going to be the first one. And there go my man Devontae. You're supposed to let him bounce back to me, Rod.
Nah, I'm not going to
No,
let him
you
bounce
doing
back
it
to you. Ah, okay, I hear you.
Oh, yeah, made it tough on me. I
Hey,
thought
welcome.
Saquon or Devontae was gonna fall back.
Hey,
Nope.
welcome, Emilio, if I'm pronouncing it bien. Welcome to the show. He likes our first round, but you may have did a little reach from Marvin Harrison. What you
that's what he
think?
does,
Oh,
though.
no, I said I was going to reach for it.
He does that, though. That's what he do. He reached for a lot of players.
You don't do that in real life.
Yes, he does.
Listen. The only reason it's a little bit of a reach is because AJ Brown was still on the board. But to be honest, I was hoping St. Brown would fall, and I could just do St. Brown and Puka back to back. That's really what I wanted.
Now with City Smoke sitting in that corner over there, you can doubt that one seriously. That ain't happening.
See, I wanted to, as I told you last week, I did for the 2 quarterback draft, I did a little bit different, and I wanted to go strong wide receiver on this one, but Rodney actually took the pick I was hoping was going to bounce back to me. I'm not in love with the next set of wide receivers on my list.
That's why I went running back.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm split between 2 positions. And I'm going to do something I wouldn't normally do, but I'm gonna see how this works out, just for fantasy purposes. And I'm gonna go same team 2 times in a row.
Wow!
I'm gonna go
A-Chain. Wow! I don't know about that, Cap.
It's a bit of a stretch, I think, but
that's tough, there.
That's tough. But I'm not in love with the other running backs I see. Plus, the one I think I want to get should bounce back to me, unless y'all are really trying to mess me up.
Come on.
JJ, there was some other running backs there.
I know.
Yeah.
And I said that the other ones I think are gonna bounce back to me.
There she go with that Pat. She got Patrick.
Tron does something different.
It wasn't the first pick, so you can't talk about me.
Right. You know that's
She got Patrick. I ain't mad at you though. I ain't at you though, Sydney. That's a good move.
Let's see what our brother Tree is thinking.
Tree, steady long, steady wrong, Tree. Steady long, steady wrong. Come on, Cal. I would have made another name up. You can't give people your real name up here, Cal.
See, Emilio is my new favorite fan of the show. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. He actually likes the Dolphin stack, so I feel like I'm making good choices. And,
you going quarterback?
Well, no, it's too for this one. It's too early for me to go quarterback.
Well, you ain't going quarterback? What?
Oh no. So the question is, am I going to be the first one to take a tight end?
Raiders.
No, I'm not. The only Raider worth picking this early in the draft has already been chosen. And quite frankly, our roster ain't even... Look, Tree would have picked them if they were worth it. He's also a Raiders fan. So I'm going to go with this running back right here, because I know he's going to be on... I know he's going to be on a few people's lists coming up.
I knew that's who you wanted, but let's go ahead. Let's get this out the way.
The Hall of Famer off the board in the third round.
Who had him? That was it.
I was thinking Mike Evans, but I can talk about for Patrick Mahomes. That's how y'all do me. I get it. I got you.
Excuse me, Miss Producer. His name is Hall of Fame Mike
Hall of
Evans.
Fame.
That's his name. All right? That's what we address him as.
Don't nobody talk about you when you do it, but I get talked about for all the
Miss Producer. I'm on your team. I'm on your side. I'm on your team.
Actually, you're right. You are. So I won't talk about
Yeah, I'm on your team, Miss Producer.
You don't want no smoke, do you?
Not at all.
Okay, I got
Not
you.
a smoke or ember. I don't want nothing.
A comment on Kieran Williams going this late. I can't talk for everybody on this panel, but I know me and Rodney are not big Kieran Williams fans.
That's why I didn't pick him. I'm not a believer.
I'm not a believer. I was a real big believer when last season ended. Once they drafted Blake Corum, I'm like, nah, because give Sean McVay opposite running back. Sean McVay is going to screw you over because that's what he always does. So I think that's why he didn't go as early as his ADP would suggest. We are not big fans of him. So
No, not at all.
that's
When he
about
made
the
that
only
draft pick, I was like, man, no way. He killed his whole value on that.
Let's see what we got going. We had our first two tight ends come off the board. Pacheco. I still see the player I want. I think. Let's see if they get that to me. I actually am tempted to do something really stupid, but I shan't.
Hey Ronnie, don't do me dirty, man.
What'd I do?
I'm just asking you not to do me dirty. Like I'm just saying, please don't.
I might. I don't know. But I'm gonna go
You
here.
shouldn't.
I'm gonna go there.
All right.
Yes, okay, so you stopped me from doing something really stupid. Because I was like, if Jalen Waddle gets back to me, I was like, I'm going to have a whole Dolphins track team.
Yeah, I'm going to go
This draft
there.
is shaping up pretty nice for me.
So
I'm going to go with the guy that gets
from me.
all the targets.
Michael Pittman Jr.
That ain't bad.
And I will go.
You scared of the running back, the quarterback being a running back?
No, because when he throws the ball, he throws it to Michael Pittman.
Yeah,
okay.
Pittman can eat, and I'm going to get my favorite tight end outside the top. I love Trey McBride because other than Marvin Harrison, there's no one for Kyler Murray to throw to on that squad. So I want to lock up that position right there.
All right, then.
And I actually like him more than Mark Andrews. I'm not a big Mark Andrews. And Mark Andrews really has had one really good year.
Andrews over Debo is crazy.
Well,
I've been saying this. I said this the whole show. What are we talking about? I said this in the beginning.
I wouldn't have taken Malik Neighbors over that though.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
That's wild behavior.
First of all, the Giants are going to be losing every game. They're going to have to throw every game.
Yeah, but you'd rather you'd rather have an established, something with a solid quarterback. Especially at that round, at that pick.
Yeah.
And odds are Neighbor would have wheeled anyway. So.
Okay. So, Debo averages about 4 catches a game, right?
It doesn't. What does that matter?
He only averages about 4 catches a game.
Rodney know all the stats.
I said what I said, right?
4 catches. He had 56%.
Somebody had Debo damn near the last 3 years on almost.
And what has he done for you? Nothing.
I came in second place. What do you mean?
Because your team is stacked. Of course your team is stacked. Of course you can come in second place. What are you talking about? Your team is stacked. As an individual player, what has he done for you? Game by game.
I hear moans and grunts on the other side here.
Debo has blow up weeks. It might not be every single game, but there's games where he just wins you a week. Right?
He's still on the,
I don't know if Neighbors can do that. That's all I'm saying.
He's still on the board.
Oh, Debo? Yeah.
Still on the board.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect him to bounce back to me, but if he still stays on the board,
he's still on the board.
You can expect your boy to grab him over here.
I see 2 receivers I'm taking over him. Easy.
Over Debo?
Easy money. Yes, easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Tank Dell? Oh, no, I know one of yours. I'm not going to say it out loud. I know that's your dude. 100%.
Let's get it.
Come on, Tree. Stay along, Tree.
It's not on Tree yet. It was on our producer. But I'm looking at this. For wide receivers, this looks a lot like our producer's dynasty team. Which I'm not mad at because those are 2 productive receivers.
30% targets.
30% target share for. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Neighbors had more than 30%.
I'm saying. Because
I think 30 is low.
They're gonna be losing a lot of games.
I think 30 is low as well. Yeah. I think 30 is too low.
They're gonna be behind a lot. They're gonna have to throw the ball. They ain't got nobody else to throw to.
That's why we say 30%. That's why we say 30% is low.
That's what I say. To me, that's low. You got it.
Okay.
I'm thinking more like 50%.
Yeah,
for real, because he can get a lot of targets. They down. That's a good pick this late. To be honest with you, that's a real good pick this late.
Joe.
Oh, so, look, since everybody's scared, I should pick George Pickens just to get at this guy over here, but I'm gonna get Debo a shot at this point. I don't care. My team.
I'm gonna go ahead on the draft.
Debo,
he's supposed to go.
Yeah, Debo is
and draft a comeback player.
20. Yeah, I love Cooper Cup too.
That was a good pick. That's why I said
that
was one of them. That was one of them. That was one of them. So, but I'm gonna go here though.
George Pickens. You going George Pickens?
You don't know where I'm going.
You're going George Pickens.
I am going George Pickens.
There's no question about where you're going at this point.
I like George Pickens, man.
You do.
Don't judge me. I'm a George Pickens fan.
All right, we seeing the next little run of quarterbacks come off the board.
He said no one gets 50% of the shares on it. Yes, they do. You go back. A lot of teams.
All right. Kenneth Walker.
If he could stay healthy for a whole season.
Yes, that boy can't never stay healthy. Oh,
he's guaranteed to miss 2 or 3 games.
At least.
Yeah.
At least. Wow. Quarterback starting to go a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm still not rushed on that. I'm actually wondering, am I going to get the same guy I got last time?
God take it. Why?
You mad about Kamara going off the board?
Yes.
Now he's probably mad about Kincaid going off the board.
I don't want Kincaid.
You don't want Kincaid.
Or now? I don't know why you want Kamara. He's not even going to start.
What?
Who told you that?
But I just personally think it's not.
I hope he doesn't start because in my dynasty squad, I've got the guy who I want to start, but I don't see Kamara.
I knew Rodney was going to get me somehow, some way. Good pick, Rodney.
If you go back and look at Devontae Adams in the Green Bay Packer uniform, Devontae Adams got more than 50% of the shares in that Packers offense from Aaron Rodgers.
Well, let me go ahead. Let me get my stack out the way.
Anthony Richardson.
Let me get my stack.
Yeah, I had Richardson last week. If he's healthy, I love him, especially in this format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tony took the quarterback I wanted to draft, and then Rodney took the tight end I wanted to draft. So
welcome, Shaq.
Yeah, I know, man. It happens.
I'm gonna skip over a couple of guys and get always consistent.
Go check the stats, buddy.
Scary Terry to round up my 3 wide receiver list.
Skipped over a lot of guys.
Yeah, I skipped over a few, but I don't like any of the guys ahead of them. I like Tank Dell, but that wide receiver room is a little bit too stacked for me.
It's kind of crowded. I agree.
Cooper, I like, but I have ethical issues as a Raiders fan with drafting Amari Cooper at this point.
I don't know why you still mad about that.
I'm mad about everybody.
He is so mad about that. Why? He is so mad about that. He's so hated about that Cooper boy.
Let that hurt go.
I've been hurt for years.
Oh my gosh, he won't let the hurt go for nothing, boy.
Nope.
I tell you, Cooper been decent though.
Cooper's consistent.
Yes, he is.
Oh no,
he's mad about that,
and that's why I'm mad about it.
He's so mad about that.
I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on who could potentially get the. Let me not talk too much because we got to see what Tree's about to do.
Now I need you to go look at the second receiver. He got less than like 80 targets, bro, in Green Bay.
Tree studying real hard. Got the rookie.
Yeah, that's an interesting pick.
Yeah, that is an interesting pick.
I like Rome. I don't know
Not
he's
this
gonna
year.
be.
He on my dynasty
Yeah,
roster.
he's
I don't
about to
like
say
him
he's
that
on my
much.
Not this
dynasty.
year.
He's on my
Yeah.
dynasty radar. I don't know how I feel about. Honestly, except for Marvin Harrison, I have issues with like all the rookie wide receivers, just because I don't like either their quarterback situations or all the guys in front of them. Xavier Worthy might be somewhat on my list just because of the offense he plays in,
like
but
it.
even that, because it doesn't look like Rashee Rice will get the lengthy suspensions. But I'm gonna go here, pull the trigger on who could be the number one quarterback, but you can get him late. Dak Prescott.
Why you gotta
My
do
man.
that for, man?
Hey, that
I'm really conflicted right now, man. You know what? We talked about him. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this for Jasper, man. We talked about
Yeah,
him.
for me. Amari
That could be
Cooper.
true.
I'm not
That could be
mad.
true.
I rock with Cooper.
Hopefully that doesn't bite me coming back.
I mean,
Come back around.
he's your fourth wide receiver, unless you sketch
I
you're not
was
going to get
thinking-
another
I was
position.
thinking of going
because-
somewhere else.
He's
Yeah.
pretty good. He was a great pick. He fell really far for no reason.
Man. I know.
I think, looking at his comment, I think Worthy is a different beast than Rashee Rice. I think Worthy is a chance to be the Tyreek Hill
Tyreek Hill
replacement on that.
for the offense.
Someone to just to blow the top over.
And take it over
Yeah.
the
But
top.
you gotta
man.
remember, Tyreek Hill took what, like 3 years to do that?
True that.
Mind you, we
But-
saw the talent even back then, but
Yeah.
I mean, but is Rice gonna get suspended this year? What are they doing, with Rice?
I don't think
he's undraftable. He's
he's draftable.
Is he getting
he's not
drafted?
even worth trying to figure that out.
Oh Lord! That's all I'm saying. Like, is he even gonna be like playing? Like, that's
I think he plays.
you do? You think he'll get suspended?
He's gonna get suspended, but I don't.
I think
I'm
3
about to say-
games.
Yeah,
3 games.
yeah.
I think 3.
I think he plays at least
Yeah.
half the season. At least. The fact that one of those charges got dropped, I think helps him out.
That's true.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
He said Hollywood there. I'm not a fan of Hollywood. Hollywood just ain't done it
Hollywood
for me.
can't catch.
Man, Hollywood ain't never did it for me, man.
Whoa.
Look, I say this about Hollywood.
You
If he
say
can't,
Hollywood, you can really catch.
Hollywood ain't never did it for me, man.
Hollywood can't catch.
Hollywood ain't never did it.
if Hollywood can't get 1,000 yards this year with Patrick
Then-
Mahomes, it's just never gonna happen. I say that. But by the way, we are
Dynasty draft.
more to go.
I gotta be honest. I
Uh-huh.
just didn't like any of the other options on that part of the list.
Where? It's a where?
Christian
It's a
Kirk?
bunch of
Well, he went.
It's a bunch
down.
of options.
I didn't like them. Like I didn't want to draft any of those running backs in this little section, right? And then
Okay.
like, who's the number one receiver on this list? Like actually,
Oh, I tell you, the number one wide receiver
He just drafted
on
him.
this list, and nah, that ain't it.
Kirk.
There's a guy. I see the computer took my man David Montgomery.
Yeah, Christian Kirk was right there.
I didn't like Kirk more than I like Herbert more than
Wow.
than
All
Lawrence. So
Okay.
it's just
Not mad at that.
yeah.
I see what I'm about to do, and I'm gonna go ahead and beat Shaq to
This,
getting on me.
this only happened because somebody sniped my 2 picks back to back.
And which ones were
Team 8 and City over there.
they? Okay.
Those are my
Okay.
2 picks actually. I was gonna take James Conner.
Quiet as kept. That Ramondre was a good draft pick. I was going to take him next.
Yeah.
He's
I didn't really like
everything.
Ramondre here either. That was the other thing. Like
They just paid that boy. They're gonna run him into the ground this year.
They should.
Yeah.
I don't like that pick.
Oh, Rodney.
Jeez, I don't like that pick.
Oh, I wasn't gonna do that. You ain't gotta worry about that.
Oh
I
my
wasn't gonna do that.
gosh.
I
I just don't.
none of these. I don't
God,
like none of these picks.
jeez, man,
You like somebody else, Rodney?
I didn't.
I got you.
I
got
did. I
I
did.
got you,
but
Jasper.
Hey,
I got you, brother.
you know what? We about to see a Raiders run because I seen the picture of Zamir White going around the internet. My man is swole. He's about to get probably 700 yards running.
you want to know why Zamir White hurt
But you're
me?
not gonna be
You wanna
winning,
know why
so y'all
Zamir
gonna
White
be throwing a
hurt
lot.
me? Because I dropped him. I dropped him.
Which one
Okay?
you drop?
Hurt me because I dropped him.
No, hold on, wait. Who
I
did you drop?
him and McLaughlin to make room on my dynasty roster.
Oh, okay.
They were my last two drops I had to make. It hurt. It hurts especially because now he's like supposed to be relevant. And I'm like, great, this is exactly the piece I
Right.
would have needed to be relevant. Like,
Kyle said I stole his pick. Yeah, hey, we Raiders, baby. Yo, I said Jacoby Myers is still out there. If you want to keep the run, nope, not keeping the Raiders good thing going.
JJ, you like most? You like you like White over Mostert, man?
Most of the
Serious?
angle, they got too many running backs out there.
Look, he produces,
And
but
he-
already
and he old.
this one. You took my second point. I was gonna say I already got A-Chain, who I think is the dude, and Mustard has been good, but he's like 175 years old.
Yeah, he's old.
So
So what that mean? 30, 32.
I think he's 32, going 33. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't they draft a running back?
Jalen Wright.
Yeah, they drafted a running back.
They
Yeah,
draft
that
a
running back room
every
is
year
crowded.
that runs a 4-2.
yeah.
mm.
Yeah, it's
that- that's
Yo,
crowded back
I'm
there.
looking at this comment about McConkey. They laughed at me, but I said that's third and Renfro, the second coming. You know,
That is
before
a
he fell
terrible
off
pick.
completely. McConkey's
Oh,
gonna
my
be really good.
Especially because
running
all they're
that
going to
slot.
do is run the ball. They not throwing that ball.
They gotta throw it sometimes. They gotta throw
No,
it
they don't.
sometimes. No,
No, they don't.
Well,
They-
look,
they
it ain't
hold on.
college no more. I know Harbaugh's gonna mainly run the ball,
But he
can't
gotta
run that.
throw the
He
ball
can't
at
do that
some point,
Michigan offense. He can't do that Michigan thing over there.
Can I be done?
No,
Aw.
No.
No.
you got 24 seconds. Uh-oh.
You guys ready?
Say again?
You guys ready?
We waiting on this producer.
I'm
Hold on.
drafted. I don't care.
10. Oh.
Yeah. All right, good.
Yeah, but she does that. She does that to me every time. Yo. Every time
got
I'm about
two.
to draft
You got
Eckler
two.
on the turn, she go ahead and do it.
I don't care. No
That is
more.
excellent value this late.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I don't know. I'm just picking stuff. There is no strategy. Please, no one pay attention to what I'm doing. There is no strategy to this at all.
Look, the
I
strategy
gotta
is
be honest. Your team's kind of good though.
yeah. The strategy
Like,
is best player available.
Your,
There
your
you go.
worst
That's-
pick was Njoku.
Now, all of
But-
y'all slipped on this guy right here. Bam.
Oh,
Mm.
you got that.
Okay.
That's because we don't believe in that offense like that.
All right.
Oh, you
I
didn't
mean, I
watch
believe
it
in Jordan
last year.
Love. I
Jaden
believe
Reed.
in
I'm
Jordan
asking
Love.
you a serious question. Who's honestly, if everybody's healthy, who's the best receiver on that team?
The guy I just
We don't know.
drafted. No,
Christian
the guy I
Watson?
just drafted.
It's
It's
Christian
by
Watson.
far. No. You're 100% wrong.
Really? Really? Really?
Yeah. That's how
Really?
they go. You sit
Oh.
right
This is
here.
what we doing?
Yeah,
That's what we doing?
Brooks is a good pick.
The guy that's
I know
gonna
that.
be on
That's-
Yeah,
bench.
Brooks is a
Brooks-
good pick at this point. Yeah.
Brooks was on everybody's draft board.
Yeah.
He was the best running back available.
Okay, I got you. Don't worry about it. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna pick this guy because he's
Nick
hurt,
Chubb.
but he coming back later. So
Yeah.
No, he's not.
I'll
No,
take
he's
him.
not.
He's coming. I'm good with the other running backs I got. I'll take that. This late in the game, I'll take a Nick Chubb. This late.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
This isn't a bad spot for him.
He's just sitting there.
Somebody
You
got to
really
do it.
take Nick Chubb over Jalen Warren? You're handcuffed?
I don't want Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
No. I still think Najee, they're going to run the ball because they got an offensive coordinator that loves to run the football. So they're going to both get their share. I just think Najee, he ain't getting no contract. He got something to prove. So he probably come out and he probably play better. Hopefully. That's a good pick this late, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
I mean, this late.
Man.
Yeah, this late. No, it's not. It's not
This
bad.
late. That's not bad. This late, no.
Only other receiver there is D Hop.
I mean, you got to pick the quarter, pick which one you want, huh?
Yeah.
People trying to let you down.
Bro, I'm so mad you took that Brooks pick from me, bro. Like that.
Man, I play fantasy football too, dog. It's
I was like, wait a minute.
I know what I'm doing a little bit, big bro.
I got you. I don't want no problems with you, man. You know.
I actually would have went Chris Godwin over Calvin Ridley myself personally. Contract year, he gonna want to ball out so he get paid.
Well, then he's got to compete with Hall of Famer Mike Evans. Who wants to do that?
Oh, there's no competition with Hall of Fame. Mike Evans. He's getting 1,000 yards. You don't have to worry about that. And there were 2 years ago they both hit 1,000, so we don't have to worry about the competition. He's hurt. Don't draft him.
He's hurt. Don't draft him.
Yes.
He's hurt. Don't draft him.
He got hurt like week 4 last year?
So you gonna? I wasn't gonna say it out loud. I don't know if everybody's looking at the picks, but I see that Ford pick was suggested in the chat.
Yeah, he was saying that the Nick Chubb was too early.
Yeah,
Ford went before him though.
My Ford just went.
Yeah, but Ford. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, but like what I have, I think Rachaad White gonna be good this year. He always good. Jack know about him. He's always good.
Just go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead and do it and piss me off. Go ahead.
Let me think. What Rodney looking at? Nah, he don't need that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go here. I think this guy can get.
Nope. I knew you was going wide receiver. Okay.
Jameson Williams.
I'm surprised you didn't pick somebody else above him though.
I'm gonna go with this guy because Josh Allen has to throw the ball to somebody.
That's the pick I thought he was gonna make.
That's what I thought he was gonna do.
Rodney's been big on Keon Coleman this whole offseason.
That's what I thought he was gonna do.
I am, but I feel like James Williamson he's gonna have a really sneaky good year in that offense because
it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people in Detroit, man.
It is, but I think if you see the way they used them at the end of the year last year, they used them in the end of the round, they used them in the passing game, and I keep trying to tell y'all, kick return, punt return counts a lot this year, and he's gonna be one of those guys.
Okay.
All right.
Just saying, you got to take a lot that into effect now. Because the NFL, they won't kick returns this year, and he's a speed guy. So they're going to put him out there. So.
Valid point.
Well, I'm going to pick this guy because despite not loving him, he's going to do something. Someone's got to take him.
Everybody all right over there?
Someone's got to take him.
Zach Moss.
Look, he is a starter, technically.
Listen, certain guys are just not on my draft board, my friend.
Zach Moss actually played well.
He's not.
Like
No,
when he
I
got
don't
his
care.
fed.
Listen, he could have been the number 1 running back last year.
Yeah.
I'm not drafting him.
Why?
I don't
We should
believe
beef with
in
him.
my friend.
We should beef with him, man.
Listen, he was bad for so long.
Yeah.
He had 1 good season.
Is it because he played with a quarterback that also runs a lot? Is that probably part of it? I mean, he played with Josh Allen, not knocking Josh Allen, but Josh Allen is the running back in Buffalo.
No, but he also played with Devin Singletary, who can't start on any other team.
He started with the Giants.
Now,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
we'll see how long that lasts.
I mean, he played well late for Houston down the stretch.
Yeah.
Before, I mean, if you're taking that approach, then he played well with Houston. And now,
They were both trash. That's the right answer.
I mean, Zach Moss won a lot of people some games last year.
Yeah,
you
he
jabbing?
won me some games
But listen,
last year.
Why you jabbing?
But here's the crazy part though.
Uh,
As soon as every time JT was healthy, he was not a factor anymore.
yeah.
Of course, because it's
That
JT.
tells you what?
It's
'Cause
JT.
That tells you he's dirt.
But what's his competition in Cincinnati for real?
None.
What is it, Chase Brown?
Chase Brown. Chase
They
Brown
got
is
rid
the
of
answer.
Mixon. What are we talking about?
It's Chase Brown and Zach Moss. I'm gonna take my chances on Zach Moss.
Yeah. I would too.
That's not a bad pick this late though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just.
He's a good-
My
Okay, that's not a
soul-
bad.
That's a good pick, Sydney. Good
Okay,
pick.
I don't know
Yeah.
what
That's
I'm
the-
doing
that's
at
the
this
best
point.
pick-
That one
that's the
was
best pick you've made all draft.
So I
Don't
Oh,
believe
draft.
him on that. Oh,
No,
please
the first,
don't believe him
no,
on that.
The first pick was the best pick, but you might want another
I'm
running
not
back.
counting
I
the
say
first
that.
pick. If you get the first pick, the first pick has 3 right answers, and if you don't pick one of those, you're just wrong.
This
Right.
is
I think the first pick has 1 right answer.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because
This year,
you're
for
a
certain.
running back guy. That makes sense.
No. I'm not a running back guy. I like winners, and
He's a winner.
You pick
All
him.
right, so are you
There's a-
going to try and sell me the idea that CeeDee Lamb wasn't a winner last year? Or
Out
Tyreek
of
Hill
the-
wasn't a winner last
Okay,
year?
so put it like I'll say, out of the 8 leagues I was in, guess who the number 1 pick was? Christian McCaffrey. Right? And 6 of
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
those teams, they were in the championship game.
Yeah, he
I
made-
don't know
I go
what
with
to- I don't
stats.
know what to tell you. I don't know what you want.
I go with stats.
Okay. My thing is McCaffrey's he's rounding third base on too old to play the game. So
Okay.
Oh,
Whoa, wait
Okay.
a minute here. Wait a minute. What are we talking about?
and this is coming from somebody who loves him. Don't get it twisted.
Wow. Do you really love him that much?
that was hurtful.
I'm just saying I'm tempering my expectations.
Okay.
Oh,
bet.
well, if you get the first pick, please, and I get the second pick, please don't draft him. Please don't. Please.
Leave him out there, right?
Because I am.
Listen, every time McCaffrey's gone this high, he's burnt us.
He went high last year.
Not the end of the year
He
before.
didn't go that high last year. He was like the third.
He was the number 1 pick.
He was the number 1
He was
pick.
not.
The
The last
guy right
one,
here.
CD. It was the last year's a pick were CD, Jefferson, and Chase, and then it was
Tron.
McCaffrey.
Tron. Who's the number 1 pick in your eyes every year?
He's on mute.
McCaffrey.
Acknowledge.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Say it again. Say it again.
Listen, I'm talking about across the
McCaffrey
board.
area running back.
Hey, that's all I'm saying.
That's
And this is the guy that he loves running backs. Loves them.
What you worrying about, Jasper?
I'm struggling.
They lost, they wrong. Come on now. Come on, Jack.
Actually, I'm trying to get my. I actually left the draft. I'm trying to get back.
Oh, all right, man.
Dang it! I can't-
I hope you got somebody queued up because you in trouble.
Ah, Lord have mercy.
Oh no!
Ah!
Oh no! You're not gonna like who you're gonna.
Come on,
I know I'm not gonna like it because there it is. Wait.
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. I know it's Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
All right, this next pick I'm not in love with, but I go for usage. and there's nobody else there.
That's not a bad.
Like I go for usage. There's nobody else there. He's the clear number one. So
That ain't bad.
if it works out, it works. But they're also going to be down a lot and not running the ball.
I'm not happy with that pick. I just want everybody to know for the record.
Who would you have taken? Who would you have taken?
I still can't get. Still can't get myself to stay in the draft. But I was gonna just pick Tyler Lockett, just because I wanted another wide receiver.
So I'm gonna pick this guy because he gonna probably get the second most targets on this team because they ain't got nobody else to throw to. So they gotta throw to somebody else.
He did me justice last year with my last pick. So
they have nobody else to throw to. So outside of CeeDee Lamb, I mean, unless you want to count Brandon Cooks, what does he go for? 600 yards now?
They're gonna throw it to Zeke out the backfield.
No, they not. no, they not. They can't throw it to Zeke out the backfield.
Yo, it'd be crazy if Zeke have a crazy year though.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I doubt it seriously. I doubt it seriously.
Not
I mean, he'll
1,000.
probably just get 1 million touchdowns, and you'll just be upset about it.
Well, he probably gonna. I mean, they did it the year
He'll
before
have 30 yards.
on like 20 carries.
And two touchdowns.
And two touchdowns on the ground.
2 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah.
Is he in shape?
I don't know. We don't know.
Because he got hefty with New England, boy. He was eating them hamburgers.
You mean the Patriots?
Yeah, he was with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was with the Patriots.
He was with the Patriots.
Yeah.
That boy was gaining some weight.
On them clam chowder.
Facts.
Clam chowder.
Right. And
I mean, it's hard to be motivated to stay in shape when nobody wants you. That's a hurting feeling.
Yeah.
Well, Dallas wanted him this year. They brought him back. So
They
now,
sure
I mean, they brought him back because who do they have?
I don't think they had a choice.
They
could have drafted They could have drafted a running back, and they chose not to. That's their problem.
Personally speaking, I think this past draft was Dallas's worst draft in years.
But they should have drafted the rookie, whatever his name, Benson or
Trey Benson.
Trey Benson.
No, I don't know about that. They didn't love him. Right? Like when Dallas takes an offensive piece, they have to love it. Right? Like that's typically their thing. I think they should have tried to move up, is what they should have tried to do.
I guess they should have tried. They should have drafted a running back because that's what they needed.
Yeah. They had many opportunities. And
yes. And running backs go in the second round nowadays.
Or they should have made the move to try to get Derrick Henry there since he wanted to play there anyway.
He bought a house in Dallas.
Right.
Just saying. Like, that's their own fault, though.
Yeah.
They should have got Derrick Henry, bro.
Yeah, he wanted to go there.
I like that Trey Benson pick, though, right there.
Did he have the money?
Huh?
Did Dallas have the money?
Nope.
No. They ain't got the money to pay Dak.
What do you mean?
They haven't paid Dak yet.
No, they haven't paid anybody. They haven't paid CD. They haven't paid Dak. They haven't paid anybody.
Exactly. So you can't bring in somebody you don't take care of your guys first. Exactly. They had no money.
Right.
What is that? Wait, you don't pay rookies either. What do you mean?
I thought they haven't taken care of their guys yet, so you can't take care of your guys and then bring in a overpriced free agent.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about free agency. I don't think there wasn't even a free agent worth them trying to go get. That's just my personal opinion.
Derrick Henry was worth go getting. Like I said, you got to take care of home first.
Here's the thing with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry can't catch the ball, right?
Whoa, wrong.
Wait a minute.
wrong.
What are we talking about here?
Don't get him to catch.
Hold on. What I mean by can't catch the ball, I'm not saying he doesn't have that ability. I'm saying that he's never been used like that.
Okay, I give you that. But he can do it.
So Dallas traditionally needs a running back who can catch.
And
because
what is
Dak's giving you something on the ground, but it's not like before, right?
So what is Zeke giving you?
Zeke can catch. What do you mean?
He's still slow. He's slow.
So Zeke is there for 2 reasons. Goal line, catching a couple things out of the backfield in emergencies, and he can block. He can block his butt off in the
We
back.
know he can block. That's obvious. But I'm just saying, you could have drafted a younger running back who can do all of that.
They should have drafted a
Not
running
in
back.
this draft, the running back class is kind of weak, though.
The
Like,
boy that
it was
went-
viewed weak. Regardless of what the truth is, it was viewed as weak. So
Yeah.
So
it's
it was two running backs. It was 2 running backs in this draft. The boy that went to Carolina and Benson. They could have had either one of those guys at any point in the draft. At any point, they decided not to.
Here's the thing: I don't even know what and I don't even know what notable pick that they made that I should be paying attention to. Like, can you?
They didn't make a notable pick. That's the problem.
Yeah. So
They could have picked up some back there, man. Yeah, they could have picked up some running back there.
I mean, but like if you're talking about money, when Dak is counting $52 million to the cap this year, they really don't have money because he's counting $52 million on the cap this year.
yeah, but Dak's getting a new. He's up for a contract too, right?
I mean, they ain't trying to pay Dak. What are you talking about? They ain't paying Dak. They would have paid him already. They're gonna let Dak play out this last year at $52 million against the cap. So that's why they ain't got no money to sign nobody.
Trey Lance on the roster, yeah.
He's still there, yeah. But again, they're paying Dak $52 million, and they're gonna let him go in free agency next year. And he's gonna sign with the Raiders.
Don't do that.
I mean,
want to throw that out.
Hold on, you shouldn't even be mad at that. That would be the best quarterback you've had since Carr.
We haven't Hayden O'Connell and
And here's the thing: I think Dak is better than
and
Carr.
Garoppolo are the only quarterbacks we've had since Carr.
No, but yeah, whoa. Don't put dirt on what ain't O'Connell's name, right?
I'm not, no, I'm just saying. You said the best quarterback since Carr. There's only been 2 guys.
Yeah, but who did they have before Carr?
A long list of nobodies.
Exactly. So that's all I'm saying.
Carr's
Carr's the only one of note.
but
Hey, Rodney, I'm looking at.
I would rather them not pay Dak Prescott the $55 to $60 million he's gonna cost. I don't think he's.
They could probably get away with paying him 40.
He is not taking $40
You're not
million.
taking a pay cut.
Not even.
Yeah.
Nah, he'd be at another
No,
team.
he's not paid.
He's looking for $60 million right now.
How much money?
Yeah, he's gonna be playing for somebody else.
He gonna be in a Raiders uniform next year.
Yeah.
All right, so we got through all 12 rounds. let's take a look. And first, we'll go down the line. What do you guys think about your own team before you start evaluating everybody else? Let's start with a third man, Shaq. What you got?
Oh man, championship squad, of course, man. I don't know what else to say, but
What picks you like the most? What do you like the least? And what is that chiming noise?
Oh, that was
it's
my
not
phone.
me.
Oh,
That was my phone.
Quiet as kept, surprisingly. I called him the comeback player of the year. I love the Cooper Kupp pick in the 5th
I
round.
loved it too. I do.
They're already saying
good
that he's at mandatory camp. He's healthy and looking good. So hopefully that could be a great pickup. And boost me in the wide receiver. He could be trade bait for something later on down the road.
not mad at that.
And also this Devin Singletary pick. Like I said, it was a flyer,
Yeah,
but he's the only running back there.
11th
So I
round.
always, 11th round, I always go for high usage. So with him being the only running back there and the clear lead, I don't think it can be a miss at all.
Not mad at that. What you think, Tony? How's your squad looking?
I mean, I like, I shook it up a little bit in the 3rd round with one of the best tight ends, in the NFL. Went with Laporta. So I shook it up. I was like, want to go ahead and get one of the top tight ends. So I went and took Laporta in the 3rd round. Of course, number one, like Shaq said, that supposed to be, easy money. That's supposed to be the layup. So, of course, got Justin Jefferson. Y'all know I love Saquon. I believe he's going to really take a lot of pressure off Jalen Hurts. and keep him healthy. So I think he's gonna get a lot of usage. DK Metcalf, I believe him and Geno have a good, good relationship. So I believe he'll be getting the rock. I know he's getting a little older, but the people that they had available, I thought, for me personally, he was the best guy. Rock with James Cook. Tua, Tua. Everybody knows what Tua can do. And my other guys, basically, I picked up, some flex guys, Swift, Stevenson. He's actually a guy I got my own, this year in other drafts because I think he's gonna be getting a lot of touches, and and the rest guy, that's about it, man. Other guy, I picked a homer pick, JJ. I hope you're happy. I finally picked a homer pick. Okay, y'all be proud of me.
This, for those that don't know, Tony likes to call himself the Black Jerry Jones, even though he's a Washington fan. So I'm glad he did decide to actually show some love for Washington.
Hey,
they got some good players this year, so
yeah.
Hey, JJ, I know you and Roddy was happy about that. Cause like, finally, Tony. So,
I'm just saying, like,
I be questioning your fandom sometimes.
Yes, and that's the honest truth, boy. I tell you,
I picked the win, brother. You know what I'm saying? I picked the win.
Pick the win.
So yeah. So I did the homer pick, Jay and Rodney. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my boy Brian Roberts.
Tron, what you think about your squad?
Oh man, Super Bowl champions.
Super Bowl champions
as usual. But nah, I mean, I think I did all right. With Gibbs, I like to go running back heavy the first round. So I think Gibbs should be having a big year. Also, I mean, I got 2 of the top 5, 6 tight ends in the game. So, this kind of lead right here, I might go 2 tight end heavy.
Yeah, that's big.
Kind of take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to see what Josh Allen going to do. I think he's going to be more mobile this year, probably run a little bit more, so hopefully get more stats with him. Besides that, I think I did all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he do. Yeah, so I look forward to have a big year this year. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Sleeper League Dynasty, show my champion belt back, Ashley Tree. But besides that, man, everything looked good. I like that Singletary pick as well. I like that Keon Coleman pick. And
damn, both of those is my team. I'm sounding like I'm pretty good out here.
Yeah. But I also took my Calvin Ridley pick and my Nick Chubb. But besides that, I think everything went well.
Well, I know how you draft. That's why I took Nick Chubb, because when it came back to you, you would have got him. So that's why.
Yeah. I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, he was looking forward to it, but it won't come back to you though. So it's cool.
I got you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I had to get Calvin Ridley, brother. It was the best available, brother. Had to cop that. You feel me? Yeah, something like hell went D-Hop. You know what I'm saying? 2 old heads. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Just 2 old heads.
2 old heads.
Ooga, what you got?
well,
This is interesting.
Well, you got Puka, so you lived up to the nickname.
Definitely got Puka.
Listen, I wanted to stack like top wide receiver ones on double wide receiver ones, and I wanted to have at least 4 to 5 receivers that I really liked more than anybody else, right?
Okay.
So at that point, everything after the first 3 picks, I was like, all right, I need to start hammering a couple running backs here, just so I don't end up in running back no man's land. And I was able to get Pacheco, who I think is going to be really good this year. And then I got Walker, who I don't love, but I like. He's still a 1. And then I made sure I was able to grab his backup too. So Jalen Hurts was the only pick I wasn't really excited about.
Really?
I got him in a good spot. Yeah, well, because I realized later, I could have easily just grabbed Kyler Murray and took my stack instead. And I could have waited way later to do that. And if I did that, I would have grabbed Pitts or something, maybe, or maybe just grabbed another receiver, because there were still receivers I liked at that point, right?
Yeah.
Who was left? Who would I have taken?
I mean, you had a lot of choices.
Yeah, choices. Scary Terry's out there. Keenan Allen was out there.
Keenan Allen.
Well, no, I can't take Keenan because I have DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
There wasn't. Yeah, that's probably ended up. I'm thinking about it now. Like that's actually why I ended up going with Hurts. That's because there wasn't a receiver I liked in this row.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So which one you think will be more productive, DJ or Keenan?
What kind of production are we talking about?
Like
Because I think that's what it comes down to.
who's going
Right.
to be the go? Who's going to be that guy for Caleb?
It'll probably end up being DJ for any sort of like big play potential, and then it'll be Keenan for anything that's just I need 10 yards and I need somebody to catch. That's Keenan Allen's bread and butter. So that's basically what you're probably going to be looking at. And then my big hope is that a Doomsday breaks out, so I don't have to stress as much. Like especially because JSN, who I also have on this team, didn't do diddly squat last year.
He sure didn't.
And it sucks too, because a lot of it, some of it was injury, some of it was apparently lack of practice or something like that. So it seems like they got his head straight this year, and he's going to be good. But we'll see. My favorite pick in this draft. If we're going to look at everybody else's board, I really, really liked that Jonathan Brooks pick.
Me too.
Man, my team again. Oh, man.
Because you sniped me like right in that round, but I realized I probably should have taken him, take him sooner. Like that. Matter of fact, it should have been instead of Jalen Hurts, it probably should have just been Walker and Brooks, and I could have did that, and then drafted a quarterback in that round that I took. Ingram in.
So you're not a Jalen Hurts fan, or you just don't think what's your feeling on Jalen Hurts?
Jalen Hurts is solid. I'm a little worried about him not necessarily having access to the tush push because of Jason Kelsey's environment. But other than that,
it's still there though, right? They still can do it, right?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
We have to see.
No, the league never.
We don't know how big of a part Kelsey played.
And that's what's I was gonna say. It hasn't been ruled out as a play, but it's no Kelsey, so we got to see how well it works without him.
Yeah, okay.
As far as his passing ability, I think it's solid. It still leaves a little bit to be desired, but he's still strong. Not as strong as Kyler Murray, right? Who I realize is definitely the quarterback I should have on this team. So.
I mean, you could have went.
Hey, I trade you.
I trade you.
I got him. We can hook something up.
That's funny.
What you think, Ryan? What you got? What you like?
I think my sleeper pick is White. I think White is going to do work this year. He's been doing work.
I took him last draft.
White is somebody that does it in a receiving game and a running game. So I like the White pick. Obviously, I'm a big George Pickens guy. So
yeah.
I think George Pickens is going to be his year because they ain't got nobody else there to kind of step in his way. And I'm a big Breece Hall guy. I like Breece Hall this year. I think Breece Hall with a better quarterback this year. He did well last year with 3 or 4 different quarterbacks last year. I think if he gets Aaron Rodgers for a whole year, I think he's going to be really good. But my best pick, who I think is going to shine the most, is probably Kyle Pitts. With the quarterback coming, and I think personally, I feel like they should move him to receiver because he doesn't block well. He really is a receiver. He was a receiver at Florida. He just played tight end because he tried to get on the field. So I think if he played receiver at some point, or they spread him out on either side, I think he would be more productive. So I think Kyle Pitts is going to have a good year. So, and then Jordan Love.
The best
Is
thing
Kyle
for
Pitts
him
going
is
to stay healthy?
He stayed healthy last year. They had a terrible quarterback.
Arthur Smith they
had a terrible
ran
coordinator and a quarterback last year. His quarterback was horrible.
They had no quarterback and they had Arthur Smith. So both
Arthur
of those
Smith,
things are fixed.
He just didn't show up.
Both of those things are true, but he also couldn't turn left.
He played every game last year. He just didn't get no catches.
But he played every game hurt.
He was on the field. It don't matter. He's on the field.
Listen,
I can see if he missed games.
Quality touches. Joe Burrow was on the field. Did you want him as your quarterback? No.
You rather had Joe Burrow or the quarterback they had last year. Their quarterback was horrible. Do you know who they had for quarterback last year?
I don't even remember, to be honest.
Thank you. My point exactly. Who was that quarterback, JJ?
I'm trying to remember the dude's name.
It was Allen or some shit.
Yeah.
They had
We're
three
so
different.
not relevant.
Yeah.
My point exactly. So you got an established quarterback in Kirk Cousins, who's coming over. He likes throwing the tight ends, by the way. So that's another thing.
Kirk, I'm not worried about Kirk. I'm not even worried about Kirk's production. My only concern is his ability to stay healthy, and whether or not the offense is going to actually be as strong as we think it is.
I mean, I don't know that myself, but last I checked, I think Pitts was on the field for every game last year. It's just the quarterback couldn't get him the ball last year, and the offensive coordinator wanted to run the ball 85 times. So that is gone now.
But aren't we just tired of Pitts burning us?
I mean, Pitts had a good year, 1 year. If you want to count 1 year, he went over 1,000 yards 1 year.
The first year.
This is first year.
No.
His first year. So he's capable of doing it in the right system. In that system that they had with the offensive coordinator and with the quarterback, it didn't fit him. That's like Drake London. Drake London's a good receiver, but Drake London was terrible last year because of the quarterback and offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Quarterback was Marcus Mariota, wasn't it?
No.
Desmond Ritter.
Desmond Ritter.
Tyler
It was Desmond Ritter, and then they had
Tyler Heineke.
Heineke came in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you also had another problem too. He never gets touchdowns. Even where he had 1,000 yards, he didn't have any touchdowns.
If he don't get
you need touchdown production because you usually don't have the yards.
But if he don't get the ball in the red zone, is that his fault?
Yeah.
I think
How's that his fault?
I think a lot of what makes Kyle Pitts and even Drake London a bit attractive this year is the fact that Captain Kirk is there.
Yeah.
So that kind of changes the whole. You forget all that we saw from Atlanta the last couple of years. People are gonna just say because Captain Kirk is there, that makes some people say make them the best team even in that division. I know Shaq's not gonna agree at all with that comment. But
I mean, honestly, think about it. Think about what he did with Jefferson. Yeah, we know Jefferson's a different guy, but what I'm saying is every receiver he's had from his Washington days, the number one receiver always got work all the way back to Steve Smith. So if you want to say that Steve Smith got work, the tight end got work, I can't think of y'all tight end that played with Steve Smith. Y'all would know y'all Washington fans.
I should hate Captain Kirk, but he's won me a chip. But
he's won me multiple chips.
No. A little backstory. I was at that you like that game. I was there. That first half, they wanted to kill me in that stadium because I was standing on chairs. I was talking. They wanted the whole section wanted to kill me. And then the second half started.
And he went to work.
And Kurt
went overtime. He went to overtime. Yeah.
I know he did.
And then all the attention was on me. Everybody was just looking at me.
Well, you need a security.
And then everybody was full Bucks jersey, Bucks hat. Yeah, I was at that you like that game. Yeah, it didn't turn out good for me.
I mean, Kirk did it, if I'm not mistaken, he did it 2 years ago when it was down in the playoffs.
Yeah, and he came right back.
He came right back. He threw for like 300, 400 yards. So Kirk is able to get his players involved. All I'm saying is, like, you can't blame it on those guys because they had bad quarterback play. This year is where they make their mark. Now, if they don't do nothing with Captain Kirk this year, then they just not good players. But if they go out and you got to give them a chance this year because I think Drake London is going to be a good receiver this year, just like the tight end going to be good this year. You just got to get – I think those guys are going to do work because of Kirk Cousins. Like Bijan didn't have a good year last year, and that was because of the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. And he finished what? In Barbershop, top 10 last year. He had a really down year. So I mean, can't look at that like that, honestly.
Fellas, I'm being summoned by the
Yeah, you did.
missus. I have to sign off by now.
All right.
It's always a pleasure. Third man has to go though.
Hey,
Yeah.
go ahead and do your thing. We about to
Do your
wrap
thing,
it up
man.
anyhow.
Yeah.
Cause ain't none of y'all got a couch for me. So
So, all right, bro.
I'll holler at y'all brothers, man. I
What?
sleep in the car. Nah, brother, I ain't wasting that gas. How much gas costs? So, yeah. I'll holler at y'all brothers, man.
All
Peace
right,
out,
bro. All
man.
right.
All right, this is.
Blessings, Gary.
All right, man.
All right, so obviously, I won't bore y'all with the fact that I have the best team that's ever been drafted.
Do you?
Not really. Not really.
But-
I would say I'm not 100% happy with the squad I put together. I like parts of it. Even though I didn't intentionally want to get Kyler Murray, that's my backup. I'm not mad at him because
Yeah.
there's always a chance of using him for trade bait later, or something I could do with that. And quite frankly, at that stage of the draft, this guy says a lot of times not going to be on your final roster anyway. So
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of a throwaway pick.
Makes sense.
I do like the strength of my running backs and wide receivers. I think I needed another wide receiver, probably at that spot where I drafted Kyler Murray. But otherwise, I think this is at least a playoff contender team, but probably not a championship team. Anyway, in the comments, if you're still watching, you can let us know what you think about them. Tree, you can tell us what you think of your team as well. Or does anybody have any more stuff they want to say on any of this draft? Are you going to follow any strategy somewhat like this in your drafts coming up soon?
No,
No.
not even.
Well, our draft is totally different, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Well, some of us playing a one quarterback draft would be somewhat relevant for this one.
Yeah.
Talking to
for
you,
me,
Tony.
probably
Yeah.
most of my drafts, if I can get Puka plus Marvin Harrison, that's been my go-to for this past year. But don't worry about that for the other league, all right? You heard?
I ain't got nothing to do with
That's
that.
my one QB strat, okay?
Okay, we know you want Puka in every league, so that's fine. I'm good with that.
My thing is, why don't you believe him?
I'm not saying I don't believe in Puka. I just feel like you would take Puka over a lot of other receivers that need to go before him.
Like who?
I think you'll take him over Jefferson.
I would not.
Would you take him over Chase?
No.
The
only one that I was like, I probably should have drafted was AJ Brown.
Yeah, that's all I was
That's
going to
it.
say. Looking
That's
at the
the
wide
only one.
receivers that came afterwards,
Everybody
AJ Brown
else-
is the only one I would put ahead. I'm with you.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Everybody else is below him.
So you got Puka as what? The fifth best receiver off the board?
I believe that makes him 6, right?
No, yeah. So you got him,
It's
Tyreek.
AJ, Amon-Ra, Chase, Jefferson, Lamb. Yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like him. I just feel like you hold certain players at a high value, basically. Like Marvin Harrison, you probably hold Marvin Harrison at a high value than most people, and I think he's a good.
I'll put it to you like this: I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to draft. I don't want to be the guy that passed on him, thinking that somebody who just isn't as good is going to be better, right? What's the truth we know about that team? We know Kyler's habits of he hyper targets receivers,
That's true.
right? We know that Marvin Harrison is one of the best receivers to ever come out of the draft
That's true.
in a long time. We know that offense has been pretty good over the last few years.
Yeah, when Kyler's healthy.
Right. When he's healthy.
When he's healthy, but that's the case. He got to stay healthy. Right. But you take that risk of taking a Marvin Harrison when there's other good receivers available
Right,
that
but
have
you're
done it.
talking about somebody that's probably going to have equal production, right? like equal or better, or he could just have league-winning production. Right? I don't really see how many other guys can you really say are going to have league-winning production potentially.
So is Marvin Harrison is he in your top 10?
I think he has to be. He's probably like 9 or 10, but I think he has to be.
Okay.
That's about in line with where he's been drafted. As he's been drafted as a top 10 wide receiver. So I'm not mad at it.
If you don't
shut it off.
be bad in fantasy.
Say what?
I said Marvin Harrison he don't pan out. A lot of people be mad.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot of disappointed folks. if
I mean, think about it. So you had Bijan pretty high last year, right?
I drafted him, what, 5th?
So you had Bijan as a top
in my
5
other league.
as a top 5 running back last year, right? As a rookie.
But there wasn't that many running backs.
No. What I'm saying is, as a rookie, you had him as a top 5 running back, right?
Right.
Ahead of other veteran guys that have done it before, right?
Not that many.
If you got him at 5, you got him ahead of 5 more other guys that's in that top 10 that have done it every year and still doing it.
Top 10.
So what I'm saying is, last year you drafted Bijan at 5. You can name 5 other running backs after him that were veteran guys that's not young that's not old and over the hill, that can still produce at high rates. But Bijan didn't give you those numbers, and those guys did.
Yeah, but almost nobody in the top 10 running backs gave you what they were supposed to give you.
Bijan didn't either, but you took a risk on drafting Bijan at 5 when you could have had.
The only way, so what pick? I'll put it to you like this: what pick wouldn't he have been wrong, right? And what running back wouldn't he have been wrong? That's what I'm saying.
Like last year, me and Jay had Bijan right at probably 10, if I'm not mistaken. Right, we had him at 10, right?
10th overall or the 10th running back on the board?
The 10th running back on the board.
That's crazy.
Did we have him that low?
I think we had him at between 8 and 10 last year.
I know he wasn't in our tier 1 group. For certain.
Yeah, he was.
Because
I want to say he was.
Because you had the backs that made it over him. Almost none of them were drafted in the first round, right? Like, except for CMC. Like, how many of I'm talking about like the first round running backs. How many of those guys were actually better than Bijan?
Tell you in a minute.
Wait, running back?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, Gibbs a chain.
But Gibbs didn't go
He wasn't drafted in the top 10.
So, Shaw, what you saying? The average of his draft, that most people where they drafted him at? Is that what you asking?
I'm talking about the what was the ADP, right?
Yeah.
Of the running backs that were drafted ahead of him.
I mean, you got
almost everybody was wrong about running backs unless you had Christian McCaffrey.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, again, yes, Bijan is a lot of running backs that came out of the woods last year that were just good and we didn't know it. But
correct.
What I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you value Bijan higher than a lot of guys, even like a Derrick. So you value Bijan over Derrick Henry, right?
Of course.
Okay, so last year, if you're going based off last year, Derrick Henry finished higher than Bijan.
What was Derrick Henry's ADP?
They had Bijan rated higher. It was low. They had him probably 15 last year.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry?
Yes.
We did, just checking, we did have Bijan in our 3rd tier running backs last year. So we probably did have him around 10, that 10.
They had him at 10.
Spot.
They had Derrick Henry at probably 15 last year, 16 last year. They had Bijan at like top 5. But Derrick Henry finished above Bijan.
Right.
So all I'm saying is you're taking and the way you draft is fine, bro. The way you do it is on you. That's how you want to do it. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you're valuing rookies higher at a higher pace than a lot of guys that's been doing it, like a Marvin Harrison, even for like a Caleb. For you, a Caleb would go higher than a Goff, in your opinion.
Goff's real good.
Well, I'm saying, I'm using it as an example. Like, you would take Caleb over a lot of other veterans that's been doing it.
Because I value the potential, right?
Yeah.
I value the chance I could be right?
Not when you're paying money, though.
Right?
You can't value the chance of being right when you're paying money.
I want you to know, I'm the guy that drafted Mahomes before anybody knew.
Okay, this guy in the corner right here that I've been playing fantasy football with for 15 years drafted Patrick Mahomes too, but he didn't draft Patrick Mahomes 1. He drafted Patrick Mahomes number 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, of course.
That year.
Oh, of course. I got him in round 8 or something silly. Like, nobody knew.
Yeah.
Nobody knew Patrick Mahomes, and this is a guy over here that drafts running backs daily on a daily basis. Anybody's draft at least the first 3 rounds. He drafted Patrick Mahomes. Try when you draft Patrick Mahomes that year. Was it the 4th round?
In the 4th round.
It was like the 4th round in a quarterback league, by the way.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying
I got
is,
him in round 8 in a 1 QB.
but
So I completely understand. There's value there, right? But you got to understand, these are the 2 people we're talking about are the number 1 picks in every league for rookies. They're not just anybody, right? So I'm overvaluing the 1 pick, right? In rookie drafts.
I feel like you overvalue I'm gonna use a Caleb as an example. I don't know what you can do with Caleb, but Caleb for you, right? If you're in the draft right now and you picking 6 and the first 5 quarterbacks off the board, I feel like you as a person would draft Caleb because you feel like Caleb is better than probably the
it's
veterans.
Not about whether or not he's better. Okay, so
what is it about then?
Understand the thought process.
Upsize.
So let if you're looking at, it's not just what have you done, right? It's what you could do. I'm valuing the upside. So if I think that, and I'll put it to you like this: let's say out of the 5 quarterbacks that went before, the 5 that are going to be after him, when it comes back to me, if the quarterbacks that are going to come back around are relatively similar in upside, then of course I'm just going to take the dude with the highest upside.
Okay.
Right?
Makes
Because
sense.
it doesn't matter as long as he comes, because I don't think he's going to come back, right? And if he doesn't come back, that means I have to do what? I have a bunch of other guys that I have to draft that are relatively the same guy, right?
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like how much different is Goff than Geno Smith? Their upside is relatively the same.
It's a big
Goff was
difference.
better last year, but it wasn't by much.
Why wasn't it?
And remember, I drafted both of them.
Yeah.
Right? So Trevor Lawrence, Goff, and Geno Smith. Trevor Lawrence and Geno Smith are basically the same guy.
I don't know. Goff was better than both of them.
So I was better than both of them. So I got lucky. But Goff also was the only one that had upside out of those 2. Trevor did a little bit, but I didn't think Trevor was going to do it last year. I had hopes that he would, but I didn't think the receiving talent was enough.
Okay. I'm just asking because everybody got their own draft strategy and how they draft and where they go. I just feel like I draft different, just like JJ draft different, Tony draft, Trine draft. Everybody drafts different. I just feel like when you got that much at stake, when you got that amount of funds at stake, you can't go off of potential. You have to go off of what this person can do for you. Because you're going off potential.
That's too safe, right? That's not what wins you leagues.
Oh, wow. Okay. I went to a championship
right, like you got
playing that way.
Before, but it's the guys that have spike weeks with upside that came from nowhere are the ones that win you weeks. The ones that win you the championships.
Okay.
The reason why the first 5 guys is because they have the highest spike weeks, right? they have the highest amount of points over the course of the season. They're consistent also, but because they score the most points.
But that's not potential. But what I'm saying is those 5 guys, you're not basing it off of potential. You're basing it off what they did the previous year and what they're going to do this year, because you know they are an established player that can do this.
If that was the case, then Justin Jefferson should still be number 1.
And why he wouldn't be number 1? Because of the quarterback situation, right? But we seen Justin Jefferson. But hold up.
Changed.
But no, it hasn't, because we seen Justin Jefferson last year do numbers with 2 bad quarterbacks.
Sure, but he's getting drafted at 6 just because his quarterback is different.
But again, does that make that don't mean I would draft him at 6? I believe Justin Jefferson's still gonna be up there because of not even the quarterback. He's gonna make the quarterback better in a situation, because if you look at it this way, you have the quarterback that makes the receiver better, and you have the receiver that makes the quarterback look good. He's going to be that quarterback. He's going to be that receiver that makes the quarterback look good. That's what I'm saying.
And I just want to make this clear. I'm not denying Jefferson's talent in this conversation. What I'm saying is that the reason why he's getting drafted later is because his upside has changed. His potential has changed because we don't. His quarterback play is now a question mark.
But and if you go back,
you know who I'm not worried about with that same feeling?
Who?
Puka. We know what his quarterback is. His quarterback didn't change.
So let me ask you this: so why is Josh Allen still a top 3 and he doesn't have not one receiver? What makes him different?
Rushing.
Okay. So again, if you go back and look at stats, because me and JJ looked at stats, at the quarterbacks that Jefferson had last year in that final stretch, they were horrible quarterbacks, but Jefferson was still great in that situation.
Of course. I'm not saying that he wasn't, but would he have been better with Kirk?
He was putting up the same numbers.
That's not what I asked you.
Yes, he would have been better with Kirk, but he was still. He was
better with Kirk.
Yes, he would have been better with Kirk. But what I'm saying is he still put up the same numbers he was putting up with Kirk. That's what I'm telling you. The numbers didn't change. The numbers stayed the same. They did. We both, B and J, looked at it. They stayed the same. He had 1,000 yards and missed 9 games, bro.
Dang.
I say this: there's many ways to skin him. There's some point to drafting potential. It's not, I think, you and I's favorite way, but especially if you target it at the right rounds, I always do try to look for those high potential guys, because you look for these high ceiling guys that may have a low floor,
but you don't target them the first 2-3 rounds, though.
I'm not saying that I would. Yeah. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying there's certain players that I don't think it matters that we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, well, right? I say this: if you had that
example, I can give you that is actually Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, right?
And I was gonna say, if you go off Puka last year, and like he just said, there's been these rookies who just come out of nowhere and had these seasons. You can win championships based on.
I'm not saying you can't.
And then on the opposite side, though, you guys that have produced in years past, what do they say for stocks in investing? Past performance is no guarantee on future performance. So if you draft, for instance, Nick Chubb last year, and injuries happen, and you put a high pick on somebody who's not going to produce. If you had Austin Eckler, who stayed healthy pretty much the whole year.
That's just me.
It can fall apart on you. So
yeah, I would have drafted.
And check this out. Eckler is one of those people that went before Bijan.
Yeah, and produced.
Yeah, but
so who am I drafting?
But you still go
different though, man. You can't play. Injuries are different. You can't predict the injury. But most of the people that win.
Eckler's issue wasn't really injury last year. It was the offense.
It was the offense. It was the offense. It has nothing to do with It has nothing to do with Eckler as a player. The offense itself was bad for Eckler, just like it was for Herbert. It was
just
bad.
Like it was for Bijan.
I just said that earlier, and you told me no.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I literally said that earlier.
I'm saying the upside was there. I was willing to pay up for the upside over the other 3 people that were ahead of him.
I wouldn't have did it. That's just me. That's just me though. But I've won multiple over 10, 12 championships. So my way work, your way work. So all I'm saying is the way you draft is a little bit different than what I will draft, and everybody drafts different. I'm just saying I won't value a rookie that high. I can't do it. Not when I'm paying money out in a league where I'm paying multiple monies out in different leagues.
I got money in leagues too. You know
I can't do that. I can't put my stake on a guy that I've never seen play one snap in the league. Can't do it.
And we gotta be honest, y'all. Most of our players that win these championships, man, these are players that have been producing anyway. You ain't gonna have no championship team with a bunch of first round draft picks. Come on, we gotta be keep it 100. Most of the people that
saying,
man. Come on, we got keep
we're not even saying that, but we're saying a team, right? Most of the time, the teams that win chips have one great player, 3 players you never heard of, and a solid tight end and quarterback.
So Tron, so you won a championship, right? 2 years ago. Hold on, Tron. You won a championship, right, Tron? Did you have anybody that you drafted based on upside? Or did you draft a bunch of guys that you know that could get you work every week?
That was your dogs. Dogs.
All work for every week, dogs. I'm trying to win now. I ain't trying to win later.
That's my point. You don't draft for potential. You draft for winning now. That's in any draft, bro. Like you draft to win now. You don't draft for potential. Oh, he may do this week because you don't know what he's gonna do this week. All of it's a projection anyway, so it don't even matter.
But that's my point. Is that it's both. I'm not saying it's one or the other. I'm just saying in particular with Bijan and Puka. Puka's a little different because Puka's this year, right? We're getting really to see that. Last year, you got him on waivers for free.
Right.
So
Basically,
he's not even a factor, right? But you would have overpaid for Kupp, though. Right?
But of course, because Kupp did it the year before that. Kupp was always doing it.
What I'm saying is, while both things are true, okay, a lot of times you get burned in that first round.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
That's true. That's definitely true. I give you that. You do get burned. You're going to get burned all the time. You can get burned from injuries. You can get burned from poor play. You can get burned from a lot of stuff.
Exactly. So I'd rather have a mixture of guys with great floors and guys who've never seen it done before.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. You do you know? Good conversation, though. I just wanted to see what you want to say. Yeah. I just want to see what you was going to say. You know.
I agree with Tron.
Top shotters.
Damn.
Huh?
I said I agree with Tron. You play to win now, man.
Yeah, that's how I've always played. I'm not going.
Who's not playing to win now?
No.
Don't draft the veterans. I'm saying that there's certain spots in a draft where I think rookies have more value. That's all I'm saying.
So,
and I don't mean all rookies. Don't get it twisted either. There's some. I'm talking about like there's certain ones where you're like, damn, that's different, right? A good example, like Achane last year.
Yeah.
But you got him on waivers.
right.
No. Some people drafted him.
Who drafted Achane?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
A lot of people, and not the generalize a lot. Not a lot of people, man. We got
they didn't draft Achane. They didn't draft it. No. Achane was. You didn't go in the draft and say I gotta have Achane.
Fact.
You didn't go in the draft and say that.
Most of the time, what you would do is you would take Mostert and Achane.
Nobody knew about Achane, bro. Nobody knew about.
Well, some people did know about it. There's people that study rookies extensively.
Yeah.
You'll
JJ,
find.
that's not the majority, though, JJ. That's not the majority.
That's not the majority.
I didn't say majority. No one said majority. I'm just saying that. Look, the main point is there's a lot of different strategies you could use for fantasy football.
What I'm saying is,
and the point is, there's no real way to say what will work. You can get the most conservative. These guys have produced every year roster, and it can still fall apart. Fantasy football. There's a huge luck perspective. So,
but what I'm saying is,
I
feel like
was the fourth running back to go last year.
Say again?
Off the board?
Off the board.
In what league?
Fourth, our league.
Achane in the barbershop? Not even. I got to find that one. I'll find that.
Big suffer.
He must have. Ain't no way, because H.A. didn't even start the first couple games, bro. Not even. H.A. was on the injured reserve. How?
I don't know, man. I'm looking at the draft results from last year.
That's the Dynasty League?
Yeah, the Dynasty League.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
In a Dynasty, yes. I'm saying in redraft, though. In redraft, H.A. ain't nobody walking in the draft saying, you know what, bro, I got to get A-Chain this week. Not this year. I'm saying this year is different. But last year, ain't nobody walking in saying, I got to get A-Chain this year. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody doing it. Even Puka. Nobody knew about Puka. Nobody knew about A-Chain. Nobody knew about the boy that played for the Rams. Nobody knew about these guys. They were not drafted, bro.
Kyron Williams
was not drafted.
Was an anomaly even among like standard drafts, right? He was he was there already. Nobody talked about him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. If you're going based on now, obviously you got the Caleb Williams and the receivers and all that stuff that come out first. Yes, but still you can't value me personally. I'm not valuing them guys higher than a veteran in the top 10, bro. I can't do it. I stick with my guys that I know that's gonna do some work first, and then I'm gonna go from there. But I ain't about to say I'm going to get a Caleb Williams as my number 5 quarterback.
This coming from the guy who's drafted Jonathan Brooks in damn near every draft we won done.
I didn't draft Jonathan Brooks' draft.
You didn't, but you wanted to.
Yeah, but I wouldn't draft Jonathan Brooks early. I would get him late.
No, we're not talking about. I'm not always talking about drafting. The reason why you had to draft Bijan early, the reason you had to draft him early is because he was not making it to the second round in nobody's draft league.
Let me tell you something about me. When I tell you something,
either take him now or you don't get him.
Miss out.
Let me tell you something about me. And JJ can JJ and Tony, because I've been drafting him for years. If I'm drafting Brooks, I'm getting Brooks in like rounds 12 to 15, bro. And if he's there, I'm grabbing him. But I'm not getting him before that. JJ will vouch for that just because he knows me. But I'm never going. JJ, you remember the year I drafted all those rookies in the church league and I lost that year? I drafted 6 rookies, bro. 6.
Why would you do that?
6, bro, because I wanted to do something different like you. And I drafted 6 rookies, and it was terrible.
In second place.
And you know what I did? I traded all of them by mid-season.
Hey,
Am I lying, Jay?
Something like that.
I traded all of them by mid-season. Nobody wanted to trade with me. I got a trade for at least half of them by mid-season. That's all I'm saying is I tried that route that you go in with potential.
How many rookies did I have last year on my team?
I can't remember, to be honest with you. I can't remember.
It might have been 2.
I don't know about that, but I don't know.
It might have been 2.
I don't know.
You threw Rodney Point then.
I don't know.
But hold on. I also didn't have an opportunity to draft the guys that would have drafted.
Right.
I feel like, I don't know if I can
go. One of the rookies, I did not have Puka last year.
I don't think he drafted Puka. Puka was on the waiver wire. He was on waivers. Puka didn't do anything until Cooper Kupp got hurt, and that's when Puka kind of went to work. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Puka went to work week 2, week 1, whatever.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So it's like you can't draft. I mean, there's nothing wrong with drafting for potential, but it's just I won't do it early. I think doing it early is such a mistake. And if anybody that's like coming in, just learning how to play fantasy football, that's such a bad advice to give them.
Oh no. We're not. I'm not talking about people who are just coming in. That's not what I'm saying at all. If you're a new to fantasy football, you better go online and look at some rankings and stick to that board. whatever that damn shit.
That's such bad advice for people.
Listen. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You better stick to that list.
You better stick to that list.
But that's how most people that playing fantasy first couple of years. That's how they draft anyway.
I mean,
they draft straight off the book.
Most people draft based on games they watched, some names they heard. Nobody's studying.
Most people grab a Mac. I'm telling you, if you walk, I've done many drafts.
I'm asking.
They draft from a magazine and they say this guy is ranked here. I'm gonna draft him right here. I have seen it personally myself.
I know somebody in this household that does it.
Me too.
And I get mad at him every year.
I'm just saying. I seen you. We ain't gonna call his name out, but I seen him do that personally.
Blows my mind every time.
Yeah, he drafts straight from a book.
Hey,
Which is nothing wrong.
I got my ranking system. I got
There's nothing wrong with that.
I got everything. Y'all look at it show up with 3 different tablets.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all boys crazy. Yeah, crazy. But it was a good talk, man. It's good conversation. Right? Definitely. I just had to pick with you though. You know that.
Yeah, of course.
You know I had to get with you. So.
I mean, I'll say it again. You know, how many of those running backs would have been better than where you had to draft Bijan? Because Bijan was going on most drafts 106.
I mean, I would have took Derrick Henry over him. That's just me though.
But I don't know, man. You're talking about Derrick Henry, right? Who wasn't catching balls.
Derrick Henry finished higher than him again.
But Derrick Henry, his floor was really consistent, but the upside wasn't there. So you knew what you were getting with Henry, but you weren't excited about it.
But that's the basis. But that's the basis of the conversation. You know, you walking in the door and you knowing what Derrick Henry is giving you. He from game 1 to game 17, you know Derrick Henry is going to do this. You ain't going to say, you know what, maybe Bijan may get these amount of touches because Bijan he had like 2 or 3 touches or whatever. He ain't had that many touches for a couple games. So it's like, okay, you know Derrick is getting his touches.
Well, the first couple games you thought you hit a home run, to be honest.
Yeah,
because him and Tyler Algier both put up 20 points. It was crazy.
But again, even going into that situation, you got a running back in Tyler Algier who just had 1,000 yards, by the way, and they drafted another one, and they expect them to split carries, which
they did, but it was more like this guy put up 1,000 yards last year. A better running back is going into the same situation.
But again, you think they just was going to cut that guy and say, you know what, Tyler Algier, we ain't going to run you no more, bro.
I mean, by the end of the season, he saw almost no touches.
Yeah.
So.
But again,
they slowly worked him off of the field.
But the first 5 games, the first 6 games, Tyler Algier was cutting into all his work.
Yeah, but they were putting up basically the same points, so it didn't matter. You didn't even care.
Yeah. But on the other hand, Derrick Henry was getting you this stuff. And you was winning games with Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry's not, I don't know, man. I'm just never, you know what it is with Henry, man? I'll be honest. I'm never excited to draft him.
Why not?
Usually his price is higher than his performance. Usually. Not always, but usually. And then there are some, this year is a good year to draft him because his price went way down. Right? So even though I think he's going into a way better situation.
But you do know that Derrick Henry had 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns 2 years ago, right?
Of course, right.
But you didn't want to draft him then, though. Where did you
draft him at 2 years ago?
And I drafted him in the 5th round.
And then after that, you had to take him 104 or not at all.
Why would you not take Derrick Henry?
What did he do? What do you mean?
He was second in rushing last year. What are we talking about?
Well, hold on. I will say this too. It does depend on what format you're in.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing in PPR, you can't take him there.
He catches out of the backfield. He catches 40 catches. He get 40 receptions a year. What are we talking about? He catches out of the backfield.
Yeah, he catch pretty well, man.
What are we talking about?
Yeah,
Derrick Henry.
Well,
yes,
I would say Derrick Henry when he gets he's such a volume guy. He defies the logic of PPR because he gets so many yards, so that even if he doesn't catch he doesn't get the catches that your typical PPR guys get, but he would get that 20 to 30 touches easily every game. That can kind of balance that out. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Because in Baltimore, he should probably get that same kind of work. Because all Baltimore.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. I was on the fence like you before with Derrick Henry, where JJ can tell you, I would say, JJ, Derrick Henry not a PPR guy, dog. I ain't putting him there. Until a couple years later, what I say, Jay, I got to stop disrespecting Derrick Henry and put him in this. Derrick Henry last year with a weak O-line in Tennessee had 12 touchdowns. And they were horrible.
Yeah.
And he was a second leading rusher in the league last year. Behind that Pittsburgh offense.
And where did you draft him?
I didn't get a chance to get him last year. Somebody else got him.
But where did he? What do you know? Do you remember what round he went in?
Probably third.
That's a fine value at third.
But that's
I'm
in
talking
our.
about
But
when
hold
I'm
up.
talking about those seasons where Derrick Henry ends up in the first
No,
round.
listen, hold up. In our league, third round is where most of the players go anyway, because quarterbacks go the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So
I'm talking about in normal.
In a normal, he probably gonna go in the second round.
He's a first or second round, depending.
Second round, yeah.
Last year he went a little bit low. So
I just don't like him in the first round. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so after CMC, Gibbs, Bijan, Hall, and who am I missing? Saquon. After those 5, you telling me is 5 other running backs better than him right now?
No, because that's the second round already.
No, it ain't, because if you're playing with 12 players,
all the receivers go in there. So that's
okay.
the second round.
So you got 5 receivers going in the first round. The top 5, you got the top 5 running backs. Say you playing in a 12-team league. We played in 14-team leagues. Derrick Henry went in the first round in a 14-team league because he was that good.
Well, no. In a 14-team league, he has to go in the first round.
Even in the 12.
Otherwise, you won't get it back. Like, that's what I mean. Like, and would you rather have had damn near everybody that goes ahead of him, you'll take ahead of him every time. That's my thing. Want to know why? Derrick Henry has great weeks. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm not saying that, but between age, situation change, and not for nothing, for some reason in Baltimore, none of the running backs can ever stay healthy. Cough turf.
So we talking about a guy that he's had 1 injury season. One. He has 1. And he came back from a broken foot, bro.
But turf though.
He came back from a broken foot in the same year. He was supposed to be out for the whole season. We talking about a guy that trains like a machine.
I'm not saying that he doesn't. I'm saying it doesn't matter how hard you train when the turf pulls your knees backwards.
Okay. Man had 1 injury season. Out of
how many ACLs they blew out in Baltimore?
Between
Baltimore and New York, they got to be the record.
But he's not like those running backs. So you can't sit there and compare him to those other running backs that was in Baltimore because he built.
It doesn't matter if you're a running back or not. Anybody who steps on that field the wrong way is getting cooked. That's what it's been.
Right, he talking that superstitious talk now.
Nah, it's not superstitious.
He wilding with that one. How?
Science.
You can look at the injury ratings. I talk about this all the time. Turf should be out of the game.
So so last time I checked, he did play in Baltimore against Baltimore, and he didn't get hurt. So he played on that same field.
The game maybe twice the season versus playing 90% of your games there.
But you can't compare him to a guy that's always hurt to a guy that's never hurt like that. He is always on the field. He missed 8 games 1 year because of a broken foot, and came back the same season.
But he was younger then. He's what, 28
That
now?
was 2 years ago. That was like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
what are we
he's
talking
28
about?
now. You know running backs fall off a cliff.
He is not 28 now, bro. He is
How
like
old is he?
31. What are you talking about?
How old is Derrick Henry now?
He got to be like 30, 31. Derrick Henry is not 28 anymore.
Wait, how old is he? He's always 28 in my mind. I don't know.
What are we talking about here? He's not 28.
He is 30.
He's 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 30 years old.
30. He ain't 28 no more. He had that broken foot. He was like 27.
So what you're telling me is you'd rather have a 30-year-old running back instead of Bijan.
I'm telling you right now, I would take Derrick Henry in the 3rd round of our draft right now because he's going to get the carries in Baltimore. You know what he's getting in Baltimore. Plain and simple. You know what he's getting. I'm not knocking Bijan. I like Bijan.
I take Derrick Henry too.
I'm not knocking Bijan at all. But Bijan still got to split carries with somebody else. He ain't splitting carries with nobody.
All right. So, Devon A-Chain or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry. Too many running backs in Miami.
Travis Etienne or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry.
Kyron Williams or Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry, especially when they just drafted the running back.
This draft we just did, Derrick Henry went after all of those guys we just mentioned?
Because that's their preference, not mine.
But you passed on them.
No, I didn't.
You took Devontae Adams.
Because I needed a receiver. What are we talking about?
Henry.
I needed a receiver. I had a running back at first already. I drafted one of the top running backs in Breece Hall. Now, would I take Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, Breece Hall? No, I would not. I'm taking Breece Hall over Derrick Henry. And that's who I drafted. Breece Hall.
Yeah, that makes sense, though.
So you telling me A-Chain, who got 5 other running backs in Miami with him? No, sir. Not even. Kyron Williams? No, sir.
I'm just letting you know what the rest of everybody else thinks, man.
That's fine, bro. I'm good with that. I'm just telling you the way I draft. Tony can vouch for it. JJ can vouch for it. Tron can vouch for it. I have won championships this way. They can vouch for it. Many of them.
Times is changing. Somebody needs to tell this man he's old and dusty now.
I just won a championship like 2 years ago. Matter of fact, I was in 5 championships 2 years ago. What are we talking about?
He trying to fry you, Rodney.
You can't fry me. What are we talking about? I was just in 5 championships 2 years ago, bro. Literally.
Listen, I'm not trying to be in 5 championships. I'm trying to win 5 championships.
I won 3 out of the 5. What are we talking about?
Show your rings, Rodney. Show your rings.
I ain't get to.
Rings.
What are we talking about?
Show the rings, Rodney.
I was just in 5 of them. What are we talking about?
Show the rings, Rodney.
I ain't get to. I got 12 of them things.
So,
tell him, Rodney.
We gonna have to wrap up, but I will say this year's draft, I would take Bijan. I'm kind of with Shark K. I would take Bijan over Derrick Henry this year.
Nah. And I'm not saying Bijan not good. I'm not taking anything from Bijan. I'm just telling you situation-wise.
Well, listen, what's your bold? I can't wait for the bold predictions, though.
You
can always come on.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't nothing stopping you from coming on. Ain't nothing stopping nobody from coming on.
Hey, we been getting no draft results from the mock draft?
They send it to you. It should be in the
there you go, Sean. Okay, hold up.
In a sleeper thing. Yeah, but like for real though, in all seriousness, though,
where's the draft results?
Go look at Sleeper. It should be in Sleeper. You gotta look at the mock draft thing. Once you pull it up, it's there. You gotta look at Sleeper.
And my Christian Kirk was a sleeper pick too in the 8th round.
That was a good pick. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So yeah, you can see them right here. You can share it and everything. But no, it was a good conversation, y'all. For real, we just making good content. So, I got to be the bad guy.
Now we talking facts too, though. We got
always facts. You know that.
Facts, bro.
Always facts. So no. But I'm gonna have y'all come back though, man. You got to have some during the season conversation.
I was looking at the schedule. We have, like I said earlier, 1 show before the Hall of Fame game, and then there's another 3 shows after that before we actually have football. So we got about a month. Well, we go every other week at this point, so
yeah,
it's about 2.
So if y'all available to go,
we got 4 shows is the main point before we get to our weekly schedule with actual games to talk about. So you guys are all welcome to come back anytime for any one of those shows. So just let us know. It's good to have you guys on.
I'm just a phone call away.
I mean, even if y'all want to pop in on every week show, like, because we go every Wednesday. So if y'all want to pop in before that, y'all how it works. Y'all more than welcome.
For sure.
So you know how it is. Right. Good content, man. I appreciate y'all boys, man. It was fun.
Thanks everybody. If you haven't already, of course, I hope you all hit that like and subscribe. And if you're watching this later and you just want to hit us up with a question, you got our social media at the top. for everybody, and we're glad to answer your questions. Until then,
Yeah.
we see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right.
All right, peace.
All right, man.